It occurs to me that you're going to go home to your wives and girlfriends and families and children. They're going to ask you, "What did you do today, Dad?" And let me describe what we do and why you should feel good when you go home and what impressions you maybe want to convey to other people about what Haven does. So in 2008, Digicell's vice chairman saw the nature of the needs that were throughout Haiti, in big towns and small towns. And I'm talking about 2 years pre-earthquake. The needs for communities that needed better housing, communities that had a house but a leaky roof. So Haven's focus was about your residence and where you lived, and was it a safe place for you to raise your family, and was it an environment that women and their husbands and children could feel as though that their house was a place that they could be proud of. And that's what Haven's principal focus was for the first 5 years of our life in Haiti. And over the course of that time, we built 4,000 houses. And if we took any one of you to see one of these houses, and their images, there's one right here. This is a house that any one of us would think was a fine house if the house you lived in before this wasn't remotely as good as this. And a door and windows that work. And a community of hundreds of houses. And a school nearby. And electricity. And proper sanitation. Building communities. Building a neighborhood that prior to Haven arriving there was an open field or a forest. So that was our focus, and it was a successful one, we think. And then we began to ask the people who were the beneficiaries of our work, what do you need next? You have a house now, and there is a school nearby that's been built courtesy of Digicell. What's the thing that could change your life, that could make your sons and daughters feel that the life that they're having is going to be even more exciting than, if you will, just having a nice house and just having a nice school? And we made the decision that it became about livelihoods. What does mom and dad do to earn a living? And can we give them a career? Can we give them a trade? Can we make them experience in a certain, be it agriculture or boat building, or now I'm going to describe to you what 2015's focus was, which was empowering over 100 women who'd had absolutely no experience whatsoever to be effective seamstresses, to get into the garment industry. So if you look at the history of the 8 years, curing whether you live in a house that's an acceptable house for your family, we think we did that. So tonight's activity, what we did today, all the money that we raised on the golf course, all the money that your companies kindly extended to us to have golf teams. The answer to the question when your wives or girlfriends ask you tonight where you went, I'm going to take you on a bit of a journey. This morning on a small island off the southeast coast of Haiti called Île. There's 650 homes on the island. And there are kids in those homes who are putting on their school uniforms that are customarily the best clothes they have. And they went to school down a walkway that is now paved, is not full of rocks. The children are not falling into a ravine on a rainy day. And they went to school and they came home now to a house like this. The difference is that mom has come home from what she was doing during the day. And I did deliberately say mom, because on this island, over 100 women who had no experience in the garment industry are now able to build something and make something as nice as this is. And it's in front of you here, and I invite you to take a look at it. The point is, these young ladies, prior to us training them to get into the garment industry and make things that can be sold to cruise ship passengers, make things that can be sold at the airport, their median average weekly income, if they were lucky, was $6. The women who we've trained, these 100 women, are working actively a 9 to 5 day, making domestic items for your home, towels, pot holders, tea caddies. What do they make? They make $30 a week. They're the principal breadwinner in their house. The husband only wishes he was making 6x of what he was a year ago. And that's been the focus now that we're going to continue to do for 2016. So if we took you to the village where these houses are, there's now a freestanding building that has 50 sewing machines in it, sophisticated sewing machines by anybody's standard. And every one of the women who are working at that, I think you would think, make great work. And the ability for them to know that their entire rest of their lives, they're going to be effective people in the garment industry. They'll never be without a job, because now they have a talent they didn't have before. And it's very likely that last year in 15, we trained their husband to build boats, fishing boats. So I'm saying to you that the nature of what Haven's doing now is so focused on livelihood and having a talent and having a trade and having a future, and the children of these families seeing that there is a recognized way that they're going to earn a living for the rest of these children's lives. And we think that that closes the circle. And it's in that spirit that you all woke up today, and I'd like to think nice homes with air conditioning, and got in a nice car and drove either to work first or you came here. And you went to a closet that was full of good-looking golf clothes. And tonight you're going to return the key and the lock of a great house. And you're going to see a happy family. In its own terms, that environment on Île aux Vaches now is because of you. It's because of what you did today. It's because of the money you spent. It's the time. You could have done anything else on your Friday. And you deliberately decided to come here. And it's in that spirit that we couldn't be more proud and couldn't be more grateful to every one of you, because the nature of what we did here today and the monies that were earned here throughout the day and this evening are going to mean that more houses are going to get more repairs. Another 100 women are going to get trained. We're going to just up the ante. We're going to keep the tempo with this by moving to 2 other towns independent of Île aux Vaches. And this focus, this routine that we're fairly sure is a good tempo, houses, training of a career. We're pretty sure that this is the future of what Haven ought to be doing. We're pretty sure that this is the sweet spot. We don't need to reinvent the wheel anymore. We know the nature of the way we can make a contribution in Haiti, and until we're told otherwise, the people, our constituents are happy with the nature of what we're doing. But the nature of what we're doing is all about you. And for our first golf outing here in South Florida, we couldn't be happier. We couldn't put any more people in the room than there are. We've run out of food. That's some indication that there's no more room at the inn, metaphorically or otherwise. So I'm very grateful to all of you, and I hope I've conveyed really from the bottom of my heart. I hope you understand that on behalf of Sarah and I, we're very grateful to you.